Fertilizer. Manure is one of the oldest fertilizers in the world. Egypt, China, Rome, every civilization that farmed used animal waste to grow food. Today, it's an industry. A farmer collects manure, composts it for several months, packages it, and sells it. Cost of production is almost zero. Animals produce it every day, whether the farmer needs it or not. Compost improves soil structure and enriches it with nitrogen and microorganisms that chemical fertilizers cannot replicate. Chemical fertilizers deplete the soil over time. Organic fertilizer builds it long-term. That's why demand never drops. Small farms sell it by the bag. Larger operations export it abroad. The waste that costs nothing gets sold to people who genuinely need it. Biogas. When manure breaks down without oxygen, it releases methane, the same gas that burns on your kitchen stove. A sealed underground pit collects manure. Bacteria break it down and release gas. That gas travels through a pipe into the home. No electricity, no gas bill. In India and China, millions of rural families have cooked on biogas for decades. One cow produces enough manure to power a household stove for hours every day. In Europe, industrial biogas plants feed gas directly into the national energy grid. The farm gets paid for something it used to throw away. After the gas is extracted, the remaining material becomes concentrated fertilizer. Same manure. Gas first, fertilizer second. One input, two products, zero waste. Naswar. Naswar is a chewing tobacco popular across Central Asia. Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, and Afghanistan. A small green ball placed under the lip or tongue. Completely normal in these countries. You will find it everywhere. At markets, at bus stops, in the hands of men who have used it their entire lives. The ingredients of traditional Naswar are tobacco, slaked lime, and chicken manure. The lime and manure together create an alkaline environment inside the mouth. In an alkaline environment, nicotine absorbs into the bloodstream significantly faster and stronger than regular smoking. The effect hits quicker and harder. The chicken manure is not a random ingredient. It performs a specific and deliberate chemical function. People across Central Asia figured this out centuries before modern chemistry existed and before anyone understood what pH levels were. They just knew it worked. Chicken farms sell their manure to Naswar producers. The waste of one industry becomes the essential raw material of another. The chicken farm gets paid for something it produces automatically, and the Naswar maker gets a key ingredient for almost nothing. Coffee. The Asian palm civet eats coffee cherries and carefully selects only the ripest ones. This unusual process is used to produce a special type of coffee called kopi luwak. The beans pass through the animal's digestive system without being fully digested. Instead, enzymes inside the stomach break down proteins in the beans, reducing bitterness and changing the flavor. After that, the beans are collected, cleaned, dried, and roasted. The result is a coffee that is smoother, less acidic, and more complex in taste than regular coffee. Kopi Luwak is considered one of the rarest and most expensive coffees in the world. It is mainly produced in Indonesia and the Philippines. In Thailand, a similar method is used, but with elephants. This coffee is called black ivory coffee. Elephants eat coffee cherries, and the beans pass through their digestive system. Digestion can take up to 30 hours. During this time, the beans absorb flavors from everything the elephant eats: bananas, sugarcane, grass, and tamarind. Afterward, the beans are collected, cleaned, and roasted. To produce just 1 kilogram of finished coffee, more than 30 kilograms of cherries must be fed to the elephant, since most of the beans are lost in the process. The result is a very smooth coffee with unique fruity notes. Because of the complex production and limited supply, it can only be found in a small number of places, usually high-end hotels. Ambergris. The sperm whale hunts squid in the deep ocean. Squid have hard, sharp beaks made of chitin, a material the whale's stomach cannot digest. If these beaks pass through unchanged, they could seriously damage the whale's intestines. So the whale's body does something remarkable. It produces a waxy substance that coats each beak, smoothing the sharp edges and making them safe. Over time, this material builds up in the intestine, hardens, and slowly changes chemically. Eventually, the whale expels it. This substance is called ambergris. Fresh ambergris smells unpleasant, like the ocean mixed with decay. But as it floats in the sea for years, exposed to sunlight and oxygen, it undergoes a transformation. The scent becomes warm, woody, complex, and deeply unique. Because of this, ambergris has been used in perfumery for centuries. It acts as a fixative, helping fragrances last much longer on the skin. Finding ambergris is rare and unpredictable. It can drift in the ocean for years before washing ashore. For example, in 2021, fishermen in Yemen found a piece weighing over 100 kilograms inside a dead sperm whale. Dried dung. In Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, and parts of Russia, livestock are kept in enclosed pens during the colder months. The animals eat, sleep, and leave manure there every day. Over time, the manure builds up on the ground. As the animals move around, they naturally compact it with their hooves. No human effort required. By spring, the floor turns into a dense, compressed layer. Farmers use flat, square shovels to cut directly into it. Because the manure has already been compacted, it comes out in solid brick-like shapes, firm and ready to use. These natural bricks are laid out in the sun and left to dry for several weeks until they fully harden. The finished kizyak is then stacked and stored for winter. When the cold arrives, it's used as fuel. It ignites quickly and produces strong heat, but burns relatively fast, so the stove needs to be refueled multiple times. In Central Asia, this isn't unusual. It's simply practical. Thousands of families still use this method today. The animals did the pressing, the sun did the drying, the farmer only had to cut and stack, and any extra is sold to neighbors, a simple system that has worked for centuries. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate your support. Please don't forget to subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss new videos. See you in the next one.